The following presentation is part of the Technology and the Corporation Conference Series, sponsored by MIT's Industrial Liaison Program.
Thank you, Jordi. Thank you very much. And thank you. It's a real pleasure for us to be here today at MIT. For us, it's amazing for a club like a sports club like we are to be in this institution. So thank you, Brian. Thank you, Israel, for your support during these months of preparations and the good relationship we already have. Let me just start with a very brief video, and then we'll explain the project. Yeah, the light. I think it's this one.
We know what passion is. We are experts in arousing emotions. It's time to share it all, to open it to everyone, to transform the world through sports excellence. It's time for Barça Innovation Hub, an ecosystem to boost knowledge and innovation, generating a relevant impact in the sports industry and others related. Working closely with key partners, attracting the best international talent and promoting an open and collaborative culture. From Barcelona to the world. Working in 5 key knowledge areas: medical services and nutrition, sports performance, team sports, technology, social sciences, following our 4 steps of process knowledge. This is not just a desire. This is how we are already working. Targeting key challenges and leveraging key partners to develop cutting-edge innovation. And this is just the beginning. We are creating the future of the sports industry and beyond. We are more than a club. Do you want to be part of it?
Okay, so first of all, I've realized I haven't introduced myself. So my name is Javier Sobrino. I'm the person in charge of strategic planning for the club, and also as well in charge of Barça Innovation Hub. So what's our vision? What's Barça Innovation Hub? What if our sports club like ours is doing? Sorry, it's going. Sí, ¿la pasas tú? Así, le vas dando tú si quieres. So what's a football club doing in innovation, in setting up what we call Barça Innovation Hub? What we have realized is that definitely sport, next one. Sport is one of the most striking disciplines. So in other words, sports affects every single sector. So sport have a relationship with so many different sectors that being a very well-known brand from a sports perspective, definitely we can make an impact. And the second point is that obviously, no, the next one, yeah, sorry. Knowledge and innovation from our perspective, it's a key driver of how to make that impact. So if we consider the power of our brand and the impact that a sports institution can make in different sectors, definitely we have a path that we have to follow in order to make an impact. So what's our mission? What do we want to do? Basically, what we want to do is to create an ecosystem to boost knowledge and innovation, to generate great value, not only for us, but also for society in a wider sense. And this is absolutely key because this is something, or this is an initiative that is related to open innovation. We are willing to enter in contact with different institutions, with different companies, with different stakeholders that can contribute for this development. And this is one of the reasons we are here today. We are delighted to be at MIT today presenting our Barça Innovation Hub because we want to collaborate. We want to work together in order to make that impact. So our goal is to set up the #1 sports innovation center in the world, because we consider we have the highest sports laboratory in the world. As Jordi was saying before, we have 5 professional sports, 8 amateur sports. We have athletes from grassroots, 8 years old, till the top athletes. So at the end of the day, what we have is a sports city with nearly 2,000 athletes. And what we have is one of the best stadiums and one of the best sport areas in Europe in order to test products, to test services, and to develop new technologies and new services that can be implemented. From now on, as a club, we want to act as a sports lab. And we want to be the reference sports lab in the world. We want to invite different companies, entrepreneurs, investors, researchers, institutions, in order to collaborate with us to develop products and services with different goals that we'll see in a minute. So these are the 3 goals we want to reach with Barça Innovation Hub. First one, a main one, because we are a sports club, we want to reach maintain sports excellence. We are fully aware from Barça Innovation Hub that our main goal is to win the Champions League, or at least to try to do it every single year. So we are doing this mainly for sport results. We want to be sustainable from that perspective, and we have to reach those goals. The second one is how we consolidate our brand impact. This is a clear example, and all the US tour that the first team is developing these days has a massive brand impact. But we want to contribute as well, and we want to contribute from different fields. And the third one, and this is absolutely key for us as well, is that we have to generate new revenue streams. As Jordi was saying before, we have no shareholders. We are a members club. And if we need to be economically sustainable, we cannot raise capital. So we have to look for different revenue streams and try to get as much revenue as possible in order to what? In order to be sustainable from a sports perspective. So this is how, and these are the different goals that we want to reach with Barça Innovation Hub. What are the key benefits for us as a club and for the different stakeholders that are close to us? The first one is that we want to generate knowledge. We want to push the boundaries of knowledge. The second one is that we want to build and we want to share know-how with the next generation of athletes and managers in the sports industry. And the third one is that we want to shape and we want to contribute to shape the future of the sports industry. We want to be a key player not only in the field of play, but also in the industry as a whole. So what do we do at Barça Innovation Hub? Because this is a project that we are not launching today. This is not a project we are launching this season. We are working for years in this project. So what do we do? As the video was mentioning, we have divided the whole project in 5 key knowledge areas. The first one is medical services and nutrition. The second one, sports performance. The third, technology. Technology that has to do with fan engagement, and obviously technology that has to do with the sports performance. And this is one of the main topics that we are going to cover with the panelists this afternoon today. Team sports, obviously all the sports that Barça has are team sports. So there are a lot of analysis to be made and then a lot of contribution that we can make from team sports since we are a multi-sport institution. And the final one is social sciences, everything that has to do with sustainability, energy, construction, mobility, at the end of the day, facilities management, and how we deal with that. So how do we work and what do we do? First, we acquire, generate, and share knowledge. And here, the relationship with researchers, institutions, universities is absolutely key. And this is a great example of that. I would love to have a chat with most of you after this session because obviously some of you and most of you can contribute to this knowledge. And we will be delighted to listen to different projects, different initiatives, different technologies. As a result of that, we want to develop new products and services. And we have very clear examples right now of products that already our first team is using that were developed in the Barça Innovation Hub. So this is one of the key results of all of it. Being able to generate products and services that our athletes want to use and can increase their performance. Attract and accelerate companies. We love to hear new projects related to new startups, new initiatives to which we can co-develop, contribute, and at the end of the day, implement in our club. And finally, as a result of all of it, build and maintain a great ecosystem related to sport, technology, and innovation. What are the different type of agents with whom we want to work? Because as I was mentioning before, we want to be a very open innovation atmosphere. We want to be a very open innovation environment. And we want to work with different type of stakeholders. And as I was telling you before, you are more than invited to contact us if you consider there is something that you can contribute or we could help you in different aspects. Obviously, universities and research centers. That's the reason we are here today. And as I was telling you, this is a great pleasure for us to be here. Being an MIT today for someone like us, a sports club, is a great achievement, and we are delighted to be here. Sports club and sports institution. We are collaborating with different sports clubs. We are collaborating with different franchises in the US, in different sports, but also we collaborate with football clubs as well in Europe because we consider that for certain projects, for certain technologies, we have to collaborate. And through collaboration, we can reach better results. Investors, obviously, and this is a clear change in mindset of our club because we are looking for financial investors that would like to invest in those projects that we are developing. So we can act as a tester for those investors that would like to detect opportunities in the sports industry. And this is part of what I was mentioning before, how to reshape the sports industry. With a brand like ours and being in such a popular sport as football, we consider we are able to reshape this industry as a whole. Sponsors, and we want to get specialized sponsors in different fields in order them to contribute with the specific products. So if they are interested in a specific area in which we are working, they can sponsor that area as well. So it's kind of new sponsorship. This is not a general sponsorship like the ones we have so far. These are new sponsorships, very specialized, very specific to development areas. And finally, the industry as a whole. Startups and consolidated companies that would like to develop their products and services in projects related to sport. So we consider we are different, and we consider ourselves a different club. Sometimes when we are asked, how will you define Barça? And we always define Barça, and as Jordi was saying, we are more than a club because we are different. We have many different drivers why we are different. And this is one additional, because there are other initiatives in other clubs, in other franchises, in other sports institutions, but this holistic approach we are targeting, we consider is different. So why we are doing this, and why we consider we can be perceived as a key player in this space, in this innovation space. For us, there are 4 key reasons. The first one is because we have a lot of talent and knowledge. I'm working for the club for nearly 3 years right now, and one of the key data that surprised me the most was that when I joined, I realized, and when I was doing my research on Barça, that there were more than 40 people working for the club developing their internal PhD in different fields. And this is a sports club. This is an amazing data. This is something that surprised me a lot, that there is the willingness within the club to make research and to innovate in many different fields, from performance to nutrition to medical treatments, management, marketing. So many people developing talent and knowledge in a sports club. The second one is that obviously our brand is very powerful. We are lucky enough that we play football and soccer, as you know it. And soccer is really popular all around the world. And we have been lucky enough again to be such a powerful brand during these last years, last decades of really amazing performance. So now our brand, we have to say, second to none in the football space. The third one, and very important, obviously, because we come from Barcelona. And Barcelona is a great city, but it's a great city related to innovation, it's related to creativity, and obviously it's a great place to be there. So Barcelona is part of the essence of the club. And we think that we can attract talent, that we can attract people from all over the world because we are based in Barcelona. And this is absolutely key, and Barcelona obviously is within our brand. And finally, because we have an international, I would say multinational ecosystem, we only have three offices, main offices, but we have exposure and we have awareness in every single country in the world. And we have been able to generate, and we want to consolidate, a huge multinational ecosystem that through the Barça Innovation Hub, we can have access to many different products, to many different projects, to many different initiatives that will be natural for us to incorporate to the club. So finally, what are our specific challenges? And I will conclude with this and just pass the floor to the panelists. But what we have done in order to make more concrete what we do in Barça Innovation Hub, what are these specific challenges? So what we have done is we have a structure in the 5 areas I've mentioned before, and what we have realized and what we have defined is what are the key needs that we want to satisfy, or at least try to satisfy, based on the knowledge and the expertise we have. So we have come to an approach that definitely is how we can solve problems that the sports industry has nowadays. And this is the approach we are following. So we are now targeting very specific needs in different fields that we consider that are not so well satisfied in the industry. Here you have the main and key examples of what we are targeting right now. And obviously this afternoon, today here, we are gonna be or talking about some of them. So this is the main exercise we have done is we have a list of different needs and some challenges that we're going to target. This is not included in this slide, but in our internal work, we have a list of outcomes of different projects in which we are already involved in order to solve those needs. Those needs are obviously related to better prevent, diagnose, treat muscle and tendon injuries. For us, muscle and tendon injuries are key, absolutely key, because are the most common injuries in our athletes. So for us, this is absolutely critical. But if we are able to develop knowledge on this field, we don't want to get it or keep it by ourselves. We want to share that. And we want to transform it in products and services that we can bring to different markets. Obviously, athletes, nutrition and nutrition, genetic knowledge is another field which is absolutely important. But for today's sessions, obviously, tactical analysis, athletes integrating information, funds integrating information. So, and as Jordi was mentioning before, everything that has to do with facilities, smart facilities, how we deal with VR, how we deal with IoT, how we deal with sustainability, how we deal with energy, how we deal with mobility. So just to summarize, What we are trying to do is to create a big ecosystem, an open ecosystem, international ecosystem, that wants to deal with the best internationally in order to change the sports industry and in order to make a contribution in different fields. So really happy to hear your suggestions, really happy to hear your projects, because this is precisely what we want to do. And we are here for that. We are here to share, but we're also here to learn. Thank you very much.